that you hide. Tell me, what is the color of love? What do you see? Is it warm? Is it tender? When you think of me, I see the color of love.
Welcome back. You're listening to Home Wizards, as we love to help improve your home and improve your life. I'm Cindy Dole.
Hey, I'm Eric Stromer. Hi.
Hey, Eric, are you loving the finds here at the Builder Show?
I sure am. It's amazing to get a chance to hear what's kind of coming up in the next year in terms of construction and design and the possibilities that we have in the future. It's great.
And we are seeing, definitely some trends. For instance, last year, gosh, I can't believe it was a year ago here at the Builder Show, but last year we were hearing a lot about, yes, more green. And this year the difference is not necessarily green, but more about meaningful green or sustainable or energy efficient, if those words make sense to you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it kind of takes it away from being, unattainable either due to price point or perception to products that are created that will either utilize recycled materials or last longer or be more effective and efficient.
Yeah. And we also are hearing a lot about this thing called universal design, which Eric and I will be talking about in the many months to come. And it's something that if you have an older parent, an older grandparent, a relative, or good loved one of any kind who's near you or in your home perhaps, it's a way to accommodate so that they can be healthy and thriving and feel like they're in a trendy place.
Exactly, so that we don't have to have only one option, which is having them move into some place they don't necessarily want to be, but living with the family.
Yeah.
So aging in place.
So imagine, Eric, you're a very creative guy. You've pitched all kinds of ideas, TV shows, you have a record, you've done a lot of things where you take risk. You've had the jitters, right?
Absolutely.
Right? You get nervous, even though you're a very confident person. You still have that moment like, are they going to like me? Is it going to work?
Yeah, what if it doesn't fly?
Are you going to fail?
Yeah, right.
And so imagine if you had this invention or idea, and you wanted to show it off at the same time. Well, is it going to fly? Is it going to work? Is it going to make money? Yeah. And are you going to then be able to compete with the big guys? Like imagine if you were an actor or an actress, and are you going to be able to compete with the big, proven Academy Award winners, that kind of a thing.
Right.
Well, with me is an inventor and a very creative guy who's come up with a gadget that he hopes will be the next it. And he's here at the Builder Show, and what he's come up with we're going to talk about right now. His name is Abbi Vakeel.
Yes,
so
hi.
Thanks, Abbi.
Hi, Abbi.
Hi.
You were nodding your head as we were talking about the feelings. Is that what it's felt like being an inventor?
It's difficult. It's the first time that I've been to such a big show.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to expect.
Right.
And we're huge booths with companies like Kohler that were here just before
Right.
me. And my booth is a very tiny 10 by 10
Yeah.
booth. But I situated myself right next to Leviton.
Right. And what did it take to get you here? How did you... Well, first, take us to the invention process.
Oh, okay. Well, we were trying... The invention that I have is a product called the U-socket.
A U-socket.
Yes, which is a wall outlet of the future. It's the first innovation in the wall outlet AC wall receptacle since 1927.
Okay.
They've always been the same. You've seen them in every home in America.
Okay.
And they've always looked like this. And so we've come up with something that is reimagination of that concept of the wall outlet.
And basically it has, as you could see there, I was holding up on the camera so that Eric can see it. And for those of you listening on the radio, we'll have a picture of it on the website at yourhomewizards.com. It's your standard two-prong outlets for your plug-in, your hairdryer, your radio, whatever, microwave. But then you have the two USB, are those USB port
Yes,
entries?
right next to the wall outlets, AC receptacles that you see in every home are two additional USB ports that you can use to charge any device that has a battery in it, like a camera, a phone, a Bluetooth headset, a tablet like an iPad, or an e-reader like a Kindle, without taking up the receptacle that is always, got something else plugged into it. So if you have a situation where your outlets are always, used up or jammed with other things in there already, and you're having to fight over your outlets, with this device, you can solve that problem. It gives you two ports and keeps your outlets free.
So it's like a power strip into the wall socket itself. I think because it's valuable real estate when it comes to plugging all those devices in. That's a great idea.
Yeah, thank you. It's basically takes the power strip, the outlet that you have that's hanging off the wall always, and puts it behind the wall. So everything is nice and neat and tucked away, and you get a nice clean look when you're looking at your wall. And when you come back, you don't have to plug something in or it falls off. It's just plug your cable in and you're ready to charge whatever you need to get charged. And if you have something else there, like a lamp or you want to plug in your hair dryer, it's not used up. You don't have to take something out to put something else in.
Mm-hmm. And so this would be a place to charge our phone overnight, potentially.
You can charge it. It's a full rate charger. You can charge it in 2 hours, actually.
Mm-hmm. And so how did you come up with this idea?
Oh,
it was in the shower, wasn't it? Like all great inventions.
No, it wasn't. But it's a good story. It was an accidental invention. But just like all good inventions are always accidental, we were trying to make the world's smallest phone charger. And somebody said, well, why do we need to have another wall wart type thing hanging out? Why don't we put it inside the wall? And so I was thinking, well, if you use up the ports, it doesn't solve the problem. Why don't we do something where we keep the ports and add something like this onto the side? And that's how we came up with this idea. And it's the first, it's a new look into the wall outlet. It's the boring wall receptacle. It's always been the same. And we have tried to make something different and shake up that industry a little bit.
And here you have it. It's not only the device, but it's in a package, and you've got a logo and a name. I mean, that takes a lot of time and a lot of money, right?
Yes, it does.
How much time and how much money did it take you to bring this to market or to the builder show?
Actually, it's taken us more than a year to get it from an idea to a product that you can then ship. It took a long time because the first time that we talked to anybody about it, they said, oh no, you can't do something like this. They had never seen something or had even thought that something like this could be done. So a lot of times you would talk to safety experts like UL and things like that, and they would say, no, you can't do something like this. And so we had to talk to them, we had to appeal to them and show them the benefits of having something like this. And we had to go back and forth, and it took a while, but we finally able to convince them. We've made the product. It's extremely safe. There's no issues with it. And you can retrofit your existing wall outlets with it, or you can put it into a new home. And it is, of course, been a long, expensive process. You have to go back, you have to tool, you have to make molds.
And you got to keep dealing with those naysayers. You got to have that in your head, and you got to say, you know what, I'm confident, I'm right? Yeah, I can do this.
You have to keep on going when everybody else is saying no.
Yeah, and keep in mind that every booth there started at some point with just an idea. So good for you, man. Congratulations.
And
that's
I got to tell you, when I talked to some of the bigger companies and I said, hey, there's this guy that's got this idea, and they said, oh, that's not going to work. Even they told me that it's not going to work. They said the reason why they could have done it but didn't is that it's going to be outdated in a year.
Oh, no, it's not the case at all. In fact, USB is going to be the standard. They make about 1 billion cell phones every year. So if you can think
1 billion with a B.
Yeah, with 1 billion with a B. And there's only actually 6 billion people in this planet. So if you think about it, 1 out of every 6 people buys a new phone every year. That's a lot of phones.
I better get more phones.
And every phone comes with an AC adapter. So the thinking is that if you can avoid making giving an adapter with every phone, there'll be 1 billion less adapters in the landfills. So they're going to stop giving away free adapters with your phones. And they will standardize on USB. And so these are USB. That's how your iPhone, that's how your iPad is charged right now. That's how your Android phone.
But some phones have a smaller slit. I mean, this is that standard USB port entry. What about the folks that have a smaller?
It's always smaller on the side of the phone.
Oh, okay.
On the side that plugs into the wall, it's always the big full USB.
Okay, all right.
So this is USB 3, so it's future-proof.
Future-proof.
Yeah, that's right. So it will be something that you put in your wall, and you can leave it in there for years. It'll always be there waiting for you.
So, Eric, we are looking at the next Bill Gates, apparently. This is the next we're going to see in the cover of Fortune magazine, right?
No, I don't know about that, but that would be great.
And I'll say I knew the USB king once.
We knew Abbi Vakeel.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But have big companies tried to snatch this up and buy it from you or take your idea to the next step? Or
No, a lot of them, when you tell them about it, for these big guys, and we are right next to Leviton in this show, and we purposely wanted to be right next to them so that we would catch the eye of some people. And instead of trying to hide from the big guys, I said, you know what, let me go right next to them.
Look at you.
And see what happens.
Isn't that a good lesson?
Well, yeah, thank you. And so some of the people who works there said, wait, this is a cool idea. But of course, you know, those guys, they sell, 100 million outlets every year. Mm-hmm. And for them, this is something, small.
Very,
but maybe
very
in the
cool.
future, they'll sit up and
So
take
your
notice.
dream with this is what? What do you hope happens
Well, I'm
with the
hoping
U-socket?
I'm hoping that every home in America buys 2. That would be great.
And what do you what would you recommend for future potential inventors out there? What's the best advice to give?
Well, if you have a good idea, you should just don't listen to all the naysayers. Just go ahead and do it.
Keep believing.
Keep believing. Make it. Try it out. If you make mistakes, it's okay. Just go back and retool. And just show it to people. And everyone that I've shown it to always keeps saying, wow, what a great idea. Why didn't I think of that?
I think you got a book coming out.
Oh,
Don't you think? Yeah. The U-socket inventor, Abbi Vakeel. And gosh, what a great idea. So congratulations, most of all, to your persistence and your story of good character.
Oh, thank you so much.
Isn't that a great story, Eric?
It is. This is the part where Abby sings now?
I think so.
No,
Can you
no.
sing a little something for us?
I'm not very good at singing.
All right.
It's
Well,
not the shower.
we will look for the U-socket, and maybe we'll see it in big box stores or hardware stores near us. All
Next
right?
year, maybe.
Next
you'll see
year.
us.
All right.
Yes.
Well, thanks again. So, Eric, just a couple minutes
Thank
left.
you.
And
Yep.
what did you like the best of the Builder Show? Anything that
Well, I like Abby's spirit, first of
Yeah,
all. I
yeah.
think it's really cool when people just try and do something on their own and give it a shot. So best of luck to you, my friend. And
But
then,
do you like the doors, like the windows, you like the plumbing,
I
the
like
smog-eating tiles?
all the ideas speak to a place we are, I think, in the economy. And I think, if economists would come to the Builder Show, I think you kind of see where we're going and how the housing market could potentially turn. And everybody's honoring that in their design and their ideas of things. So it's fantastic news, I think.
All right. Well, Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole here. We'll be back next Saturday. Keep listening. Check out the website, yourhomewizards.com, as we love to help improve your home and your life. And for now, that's it. Bye, everybody. And remember this, the key is under the mat. We'll see you next time.
See you.
I'd say that was a pretty successful broadcast.